How to deal with rejection to improve your business. Rejection is very common in sales. Christmas time, people experience a lot of rejection because people have other things in their mind. They're trying to close out the year, or they just don't care because Christmas is coming. In January, you experience a lot of rejection because people are planning for the year ahead. During the holidays, especially summer holidays, there's a tremendous amount of rejection because people are away, and also bosses are short-staffed and trying to deal with extra pressure at work. So it's harder than ever to get decisions. Rejection's huge. And what are the kind of rejections people get? Well, I'm too busy, call me in 6 months. I can't afford your services is a huge rejection. Contact me next year. I'll call you when I'm ready. And none of these rejections really help build your pipeline, and none of them really help you generate revenue or move forward. So how do you best deal with rejection? Before I give you my answers, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Every single week, I'm uploading videos to give you massive value to help increase your sales, improve mindset, and do better on LinkedIn. So the first way of dealing with rejection is this, and this comes from not just 30 years of experience, but the fact that I am one of the sales trainers out there that does sales training in the modern world and actually sits with companies and observes demos and listens to phone calls. You're not getting stuff from just years ago. You're getting up-to-date, real-life, real-time sales advice right now. So the first bit of advice in dealing with rejection is reflect. When you get a rejection, don't just criticize the client. Don't blame the economy or the government. Just ask, what could I have done better? And when I say ask, I mean get a pen and paper and write it down. Don't go onto your iPad or your phone or your laptop, because technology is such a distraction. You can go down a different, make sure at least if you're going to use your laptop or your phone, to just make sure everything is turned off so you can actually do the focus. But reflect and ask, what could you have done better? The second thing is detach from the outcome. In the last year, I've been doing a lot of reading on Stoicism and philosophy, which I recommend to everybody because it helps you so much with emotional intelligence, emotional fitness, with mindset, with clarity, and also not reacting. Too many people in the business and sales world react to things. We spend our lives reacting. And so much of you do is just detaching from the outcome. You have absolutely no control over the state of the world or what other people do. What you do have control over is how you react to it. How well you react to it, how quickly you react to it, how slowly you react to it, how angrily you react to it. But ultimately, you have to detach from the outcome. It's not what happens to you. There's no saying it's not what happens, it's how you react. But it's not what happens, it's how you interpret it and how you react. I was once told, don't see problems as problems, see them as challenges. That's how you get better. And every successful person I know in sales deals with rejection on a regular basis, not now and again, on a regular basis. And quite often, the more rejection you deal with, and you deal with it well, the more success you often have. So reflecting, detaching from the outcome. The third one is very important that I don't see many people do, and that is keeping the door open. So what do I mean by that? Well, quite often if a client says no, we just go, okay. We write down close lost in our pipeline, we move on. And I work with a logistics company very recently, and 2 years ago I pitched for their business. And unfortunately, I lost their business. They went with somebody who was much cheaper than me. And that was disappointing. Doesn't matter if you lose a business because they know the person or the person is cheaper than you or more expensive than you. Rejection always hurts to a certain extent. And I was upset, but you know what? I kept the door open. And I said, look, I wish you the very best of luck. You made your decision. I respect that. What I would like to do is at least put you into my personal newsletter once a week, so I'm keeping in touch with you. That way you're getting valuable information from me on a weekly basis to help your team do better. And they agreed to it. 2 years later, they've contacted me because the sales trainer they hired didn't do a very good job. And then they hired another sales trainer who did an even worse job. And then they had no trainer for a long time. That often happens in business. People will often make the wrong decision and then lose faith and assume that all sales trainers are bad. I'm here to assure you that while many sales trainers are not very good, many coaches are not very good, there are those of us who are very good because we care about getting your results and because we invest in ourselves every single day with books, with audio. We go to conferences regularly. We get ourselves coached to become better. We listen to demos. I observe demos every single week for clients. I see what is happening. I see the questions that are being asked. I also listen to phone calls every single week from customers. I hear the problems. I hear the tonality. I hear all these things. That's how I help people, because I'm in the thick of it every single day. So that's the difference it makes. And they came back to me because I kept the door open, and they eventually came back to me, and I won the deal. And I put it all over social media because I was so proud of it. 2 years it took to win that deal. But I kept the door open. I didn't go, okay, thank you, goodbye, and just be upset about it and move on. You offer to keep the door open. Now, if they say, look, don't keep in touch, we don't want your details, there's nothing you can do about it. These things unfortunately happen in business, in which case you make a note in your CRM and then you move on, okay? Fourth one is celebrate your wins. I have about 120 testimonials on my LinkedIn profile, and I look at those anytime I get a rejection. And it reminds me of the valuable work I have done for other people. So look at the recommendations people have given you on your LinkedIn profile. If you don't have recommendations, ask for recommendations to anybody you've done great work with. It's fantastic for your mood. It's wonderful for your confidence. It helps you move forward, especially when you're stuck in a rut. Because getting rejection isn't nice, but if you have 2 or 3 rejections in a day, it can affect your week, which can then affect your month, which can then affect your year. So make sure you're doing that. It's very important. Celebrate your wins. And if you're not active on LinkedIn, because not everybody is, then just make sure you have somewhere like inbox. You can have a look at the lovely comments clients have given to you anytime you've over-delivered, anytime you've done great work for them, anytime they've said, thank you, we really appreciate you. These little things make a big difference in life. Of course, you should have a vision board as well. I have done videos below on vision boards, and vision boards just help keep you centered, remind you of your bigger purpose in life, and help you push forward as well. And the fifth one is never stop learning and upskilling. So if you look at what I've done this year, I have built a YouTube channel, I should say rebuilt a YouTube channel, which has been one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do, because I have 35,000 followers on LinkedIn, which is huge. But I only had like 250 subscribers on YouTube, which is so tiny. So I'm trying to build that up, which has proved to be way more difficult than I expected. But I did it. I invested in an SEO company for the first time. Very difficult. People call it the dark arts for a reason. It's hard to understand, but I did it. I ran my first online masterclass recently, my first one in 3 years. I've done masterclasses with other people. I've even spoken at masterclasses with some of my competitors, which I must say, to my surprise, I really enjoyed. But doing my own masterclass was terrifying, and it went so well. It was just a joy to do, but it was still scary. I'm constantly upskilling. I'm constantly trying new things. I've joined the Institute of Directors. I'm looking to do face-to-face events next year for the first time in London. I work in London all the time, face-to-face, but this is my own event. Not me walking into somebody else's office, my own event. So I'm constantly upskilling and constantly learning. And when you get rejected, you want to know what skill could I have maybe done better? What could I have learned more? And do that. And of course, that's the benefits of coaching. I'm a huge believer in reading books. I read a book a week. I study a book a week. At the same time, if you prefer listening to Audible, listen to Audible. If you prefer watching videos, watch videos. Whatever the best way is for you to learn, make sure you do that. But make it a regular habit. Don't learn on again. Don't learn when you get rejected. Learn all the time. And of course, even myself, my 30th year in sales, I still have a sales coach I work with once a month. I still have a speaking coach I work with every quarter. I still have a LinkedIn coach I work with once a quarter to keep me accountable, to make sure I'm keeping my skills sharp. So I hope that's been useful to you, how to deal with rejection in business. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because every single week I'll be uploading new videos to help you do better in sales, to help you improve mindset, and to help you maximize LinkedIn.